Yeah, so I mean, I think some of these things, I like some of these things, what he's saying. I think it can help people that in need. It can help poor people. You know what I mean? It can help the wealth be distributed better. You know what I mean? People in that city can have a better life. You know what I mean? So I would love to see it work. I'll see him try it to see if it works. And I think it can work. And it will be a good example going forward. So like these things can work. So we could try them in other places so other people can benefit. Yes, I.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
find it being
yeah, yeah. You're right.
everybody got research.
It's saying in 2025, New York City is widely recognized as the wealthiest city in the world.
Yeah,
You
man.
already know that, Guru.
No, I didn't know that.
Someone.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if we had been following Mandani, he said a couple of times there. Mandani said a couple of times.
Bingi, Okavango, Rasdada, Yaga, Chuck Fenda, the living fire represent to the fullest. See? Perfect balance. Don't know so. Third class. Living fire represent. Keep the fire burning out. What the man will I keep it like right. This is it.
Yes, sir. We're looking at some stuff happening in the New York political arena, where they're embarking on their mayoral race, as they describe it, and we're looking at this candidate Zoran Mamdani. I just want to make sure I don't mess up the pronunciation of his name.
Get it right. That's what
Mamdani.
get it right.
Mamdani.
He's very keen on everybody to get it right. Yeah.
So Zoran Mamdani is basically the Democratic candidate in the New York mayoral race, right? And he is unique because of his ethnic background. Bingy, do you want to talk about his ethnic background?
It's not only his
Yeah.
ethnic background, that is ethnic background and his
Yes.
political views.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't want to pronounce the man name wrong. Anyways, Mamdani
Right.
is Ugandan by birth.
Right.
Lived in America for all his life, basically most of his life. Is a
Yes.
politician
He came
who
here at 7, I believe.
came at 7, right?
I believe he came to the US at 7.
Yeah, at 7. I think he's a idealistic politician, but he's Islamic as well, I believe. That plays a part in his views. He has some controversial views as well. He doesn't believe there should be a billionaire class. He's running on real idealistic things that could be done if you really wanted to. Some of it you can, but I guess you might know more than about Mamdani than I do, in reality, because I just started hearing about it, brother, when he started running for the race in New York, right? And his big upset victory over a man like Cuomo, for example, who's been in office, right?
Come on.
So it
Yeah.
really put him on a stage after that moment, after he defeat this iconic figure you running against out of the blue, you just come up. But now, of course, that puts you in the public eyes, right? So you're gonna find a lot of negative. You're gonna listen to him talk, and you're gonna decipher, well, can he really do what he's saying? Can he not doing what he's saying? So you're gonna have a lot of that. Plus, I think there's another part of this that's gonna play out real bad too in this whole political arena is you're gonna find the religious aspect of this being highlighted. It's gonna be
Yes.
very dominant. And how they going
Especially with the tense environment right now.
it's gonna play
Yeah.
a huge
Especially with
part in
that.
him community in New York and globally too, right? And how we identify. So I think in a
Right.
gist, that's really what I know about man.
About him. Yes. Okavango, you spoke about his political views. You want to share some of the political platforms that he runs on?
So it's political views. Political views he identify as a democratic socialist. That's why he identify as, and a democratic socialist. The criticism is they give away a lot, and they a lot of free stuff. So Is what they call it, a mandate?
His mandate, okay, yeah, you can see the mandate.
Yeah, you want to have free and fast buses in New York City.
Mhm.
You want free childcare. What else? And you want to tax the rich, the millionaires. You want to tax millionaires by 2% more, and you want to raise. I think you want to raise business tax to the same level as New Jersey, which he says is like 11% or something like that. I can't remember. But most of his thing that he wanna change is causing a
Uproar.
uproar, because now they are labeling him as a communist. Yeah, and and you know, in America they have this thing against communists. Communist is the bad guy.
Mhm.
You know, because and he says he's a socialist coming from the Bernie Sanders school.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And the Quartet school you know, he's a socialist.
If I could
So
also add that some of the other things he's proposing are he wants to do a chain of city-owned grocery stores which are focused on
yes, I forgot that one.
affordability. He's looking at freezing rent because everybody know the rent in New York is
It's crazy.
ridiculous, and stricter accountability for negligent landlords, and tripling the production of rent-stabilized union-built housing. So these are some other, just to add as well to what you were saying, you know.
So he rose to popularity in the primaries, because starting out no one knew of him. I think they said it was 1%, yeah, 1% chance of getting nominated. Andrew Cuomo was
Favorite.
the front runner. So he raised to popularity. I first saw him when they asked him a question. When they were asking this question about where would if they win the
The
mayor
mayoral candidates.
of New York, yeah, they are the candidate. If they win the mayor, which country will they go first? And it was a weird question. Like you ask them, a mayor for New York, you ask them what country they go to. And I mean, it was kind of I mean, a weird question.
But that is a part of the
So
problem.
all of the candidates, all of them answer in some way they were going to Israel as the first country they're going to. And he was like, why should I go to Israel? Why should I go to another country? I'm the mayor of New York. I'm going to stay in New York. If I want to meet Jews, I will meet the Jews in the synagogues in New York. I'll meet whoever in New York. And that's the first time I saw him, because that was a viral moment for him. And that gave him a lot of popularity. And I was looking at that like, this man is making a lot of sense. Why should a mayor of New York go into Israel? I mean, for what reason? But I realized that it was a setup question. It was trying to set him up, because his views on Israel and Palestine is different from you know what I mean, what the populace
The
or
status
the
quo.
media want to push. You know what I mean? Or what politicians in America normally the view is them, because most politicians is Israel and nothing
Yeah,
else.
it's outside the
And
status quo. His views outside the status quo.
right. So he was like, no, he's not going to Israel, and Israel is committing a genocide in Palestine. We later find out that Israel is that you know, is a genocide going on in Palestine, and he said that he's gonna arrest Netanyahu if he should come to New York. So you know what I mean, he went viral for those things, and he
Strong
started
word.
gaining popularity, because you know that's a big thing in the space
Yeah,
right
man,
now
strong words.
of that. So that's when I know of him.
Yaga, what were you saying?
No, I mean, that is a part of the problem, you know. Islamophobia. Seeing, and because he's a Muslim, he's getting attacked from all sides. And considering what went on with the Twin Towers back in 9/11, Muslim has been facing a lot of pressure in the US. His nomination as the first Muslim to such an office, yeah, or potentially the first Muslim.
Sorry, Yaga. I want to correct you.
Candidate.
He's not the
He's the
mayor.
candidate.
He's the candidate. He's a Democratic candidate. So he won the primary to become the Democratic candidate. But the thing is, most normally, the Democratic candidate
Wins in
always
New
wins.
York.
So
Yeah,
is a yeah.
yeah. So this has a lot of deep symbolic meaning and practical meaning for Muslims around the world, to have potentially the first Muslim mayor, sends a strong message to them and challenges the stereotype about how Muslims are viewed in the West. And it tells them also that you don't have to shed your faith to excel at the highest level, even in such a country that displays open Islamophobia. So people in the Muslim world, they see this as a big thing. It's a big deal for them to see where they are coming from as a people and the issues that they've gone through as a people, where you're in the land of the USA representing one of the highest office there, you know, sends a strong message to them, and that means a lot to them.
As we've spoken about his views on the Jewish state and stuff like that, I'll just read a quote that he said not too long ago, I believe, where he says, I'm not comfortable supporting any state that has a hierarchy of citizenship on the basis of religion or anything else. I think that in the way that we have in this country, equality should be enshrined in every country in the world. That's my belief. This is what he stated in response to the right to the existence of the Jewish state. So he's very diplomatic in how he responds to these questions because he obviously understands the
The issues
critical nature surrounding him being Islamic and his position on the Israel's situation, right? But what I admire about him is that he doesn't try to hide his identity. He accepts his identity because what he did in his campaign, he even recorded some of his campaign ads and stuff in his original language. And then he did one in another language again. So it showed that he's a very diverse person, but he's
Yeah.
not just gonna say, okay, I'm gonna ignore these parts of who I am because I'm now running for this. He has embraced them and put them in it. And I think that that is also strengthening his position in this race as well, because he's reaching out to those people who probably before him never felt as if they would be represented
are
by the
included.
mayor of New York. So I think that that is one thing that has impressed me, because a lot of times people try to, you know, hide those parts of themselves because they're in a different position now, or for fear of what it could do towards their political advancement. And I see
Yeah.
where he has embraced it and welcome it, and I respect that and I admire that.
And we should add that he's Indian. He's of Indian
Yes, I.
background. Yeah, I mean,
He is
his parents were
afraid,
Indian.
he's not afraid to challenge injustice. No,
Mhm.
and he's bold in not playing it safe either, and speak as he see it, and
Mhm.
that's how I think it
Yeah,
should
man.
be.
Oh, I was going to ask Bingy a question. I heard Bingy say something earlier that he said his policies was idealistic, Bingy said.
Yeah, I said some of it is idealistic in a sense of
Can you explain what you mean,
I
like
mean
his
I
policies are
mean
idealistic?
even when you have these great intentions, right? Whether you're a socialist or not, more than likely you're always working with organizations, right? Who is gonna fight against certain types of development, right? So even though you're a mayor and you have these idealistic thoughts, for example, right? Like public childcare, for example. That should be a basic thing. Everybody should be afforded that, right? Bus fares, free bus fares, rent stabilization. I mean, these are not things that every good mayor or socialist mayor has never tried to implement, but it doesn't work because it doesn't benefit those who are already in power. And what we're talking about here is money. To the end of the day, right? Politicians, right? When you elect a politician, like we say, hey, put black politicians in office. But if black politicians are supported by white money, right? Then they have to work in their interests all the time, no matter who you put to represent you. Once that money is not coming from your community in the majority, bro, they're working for the system. They end up working for the system. So they have these idealistic views, as we call them, because we know that your money, the people money, is not really putting them in office. So they're gonna work for whoever money put them in office. They never implement those policies in full effect. It could be done, it won't be done.
Benji, is your neighbor white? Because you whispered the white money a while ago.
I don't have no neighbors home. I don't have no neighbors home. It's true.
But they don't want the
Hey,
neighbor to hear.
hey, don't make him bully you,
No,
Bingy.
but I
His
don't have
neighbor
no
is white.
neighbors home. So I can say white.
But his
I can
neighbor is
say
white. His neighbor
Caucasian.
is white.
Right? And we don't say white there, we say Caucasian.
Caucasian.
Okay.
Okay.
Caucasian. They're Caucasian. But that's the
I
point.
believe
Yeah,
Okabongo
but
had Yaga had a question too, so we don't want him to forget his question too.
Yeah, my
You were
question
gonna
is
ask
that,
Okabongo, I think.
may I ask a child class, is
Okay.
that him is from an African background as he was born in Uganda of Asian
Indian parents.
parents and now is representing America. Any of this background, any of this experience, any of the issues or impact, any of the issues that he's focusing on in addressing, like he's an immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm. he,
What's
he's,
his view
he's,
on
he's an
immigration?
immigrant. He's an immigrant, and we know this country don't like immigrants, especially right now. What's going on? The president of the country is threatening him to send him to deport him. You know what I mean? Because he's an immigrant, even though he's a citizen of the country now. He came here when he was 7 and he became a citizen, but the president of the country is threatening to
For
deport
real?
him. I don't know
Based
if you
on his
understand.
Real
views.
talk?
Based on his views.
Real talk?
Yeah,
Based on his
but
views.
him born in Uganda really don't mean nothing twice still. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean, if I was born in Russia, that wouldn't change nothing. I don't think I would change nothing. I would still be an African. So he's born in Uganda. You know what I mean? He's still
Indian.
an Indian. And I mean with a American passport.
Mm.
Right? But I like some of his views, and I mean I'm not into the political
Mm-hmm.
thing like that, but
Right.
I like some of his views and I mean how he's trying to uplift poor people, you know what I mean, or people in need, you know what I mean, and we also share a view too, the abolition of billionaires, you know what I mean, we share that view.
Challenging
So
injustice.
yeah man. So I like somebody, but I don't know, he's gonna face the fight is because he's facing a fight from both
And
Republicans and
Democrats.
Democrats and in his own party. The hierarchy of the party has not
Backed him.
what they call
Back
it,
endorse him.
endorse him. They not endorse him, yeah. They not endorse him. I think only one person, the Cortez,
Yeah.
did them.
Cortez.
I mean,
So,
yeah, most of them are not.
So is the perfect balance shot class endorsing him?
The problem, well, I don't know about you, but I'm not in no politics.
I know. No endorsements.
but I mean, personally, I would love to see some of what he's saying. I would like for them to give him a chance to see if he implement those things and see if they work.
See what
Because
it would
if
look
they
like.
work, it would be a
But
good thing. Because we were
potentially.
just talking about distribution of wealth. You know what I mean? New York is the richest city on earth. You
One
know what I
off.
mean, man? And
One off.
I think they are
Mm-hmm.
the richest city on
But
earth.
Okay.
New York,
Right? New York. Yeah. They are in the richest country on earth.
yeah.
The richest city in the richest country on earth. Yeah.
I don't know about that now. I thought the
All right,
Swiss, the
look it
Swiss,
up and
the
let me finish.
Swiss.
What it is that? I look it up, Bingy, and let me
Yeah,
finish.
man.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, I think some of these things, I like some of these things. What he's saying, I think he can help people that in need. He can help poor people. You know what I mean? He can help the wealth be distributed better. You know what I mean? People in that city can have a better life, and you know what I mean. So I would love to see it work. I'll see him try it to see if it works, and I think it can work, and it will be a good example going forward. So like these things can work, so we could try them in other places, so other people can benefit. Yes, I.
Okay.
I find
Yeah,
it being
yeah,
gay.
yeah. You're right.
Everybody
It's
got
saying
research.
it's saying in 2025, New York City is widely recognized as the wealthiest city in the world.
Yeah,
You
man.
already know that, Guru.
No, I didn't know that.
Someone.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if we had been following Mandani, he said a couple of times still. Mandani said a couple of times.
Well, what we're doing, we're keeping an eye on this. Just something that we thought would be of interest. So we're
Yes,
keeping
I.
an eye on it and looking and see where it goes. But like we're saying that anything that we see that is going to benefit the people on a humanistic level,
Yes, I.
we are in favor of. And
Yes, I.
a lot of times when politicians run their campaigns, the platforms and the promises they make, oftentimes, if they are elected, do not become materialized. So I would hope that should Mandami make the cut and win the election, I would hope that these things that he's running on, these positions and platforms that he's running on, he will actually implement them, even though Bingi will know that it's going to be with great opposition.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes.
we would hope that he
yeah.
implements them and then we can see, because sometimes people just need to see, to say, okay, yes, this could work.
Ras, I think for that to work too, right? We have to be realistic. If we as minority groups and minorities are able to fund these men in the way they need to be funded, then we could see those changes, right? Because now we have political influence through economic means.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's where we have
True.
to reach. We have to be able to reach to
So
that
we
point.
And
we already spoke
and he
about
was
this many
funded by
chat
the common
classes
people, so
ago.
he was funded. He was funded by the common people still
Right.
because he didn't get any big
Major
money from
endorsements, right.
So that's
yeah, no
why
million like
this
that. Yeah.
election is going to be a real challenge for him, right? Because what you're going to have
Mm-hmm.
is a Republican candidate who comes in with a lot of funding, a lot of money, and a lot of propaganda. So this in itself, I mean, the race itself is going to
It
be
promises
something
to
to
be
really
interesting.
watch. It's David and
It
Goliath,
promises
as
to be
they say.
interesting.
The
And
last time I watched him, the last time I saw him speak, he said he was asking for support, but he was saying that don't donate to him no more or to his group or whatever because they have reached the threshold for
For
donations.
Donations.
donation.
donation.
Very
So
good. So he's doing very good.
I think yeah,
That's very good.
Yeah, man.
And
So
you
give
remember to
thanks.
the man them fix the machine them at US and the man them tamper with the machine, the voting machine them from time to time to you know. Well, if you
The,
keep
the,
the eye open for
corruption,
now.
the
corruption.
latest news that we got is that the machines that were used in the Trump election are on their way to New York as we speak. It's alleged.
Alleged.
Yeah, but I remind the people them to like, share, and subscribe. Now, 57% of the people them where watch the channel has not subscribed. So where I say,
Let's
just do
get
the
that
right
number
thing and
down.
help the channel to grow, man.
Yeah, man. Let's get that number
Yeah,
down.
man, and like the video them man, no watch the video them man now,
And
like them
comment.
no man.
Comment.
Leave a comment too. If you like the topic them.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, I.
And you can also put potential topics that you would like to see discussed on the chat class as well. You know?
Yes, I.
Yeah, man. So we do give thanks for the moment. This one promises to be interesting. So we got our eyes watching to see where this leads and where it goes. But for the moment, this is our views on it. And this has been another episode of the Perfect Balance Strat class. We're out.
And I said the perfect balance, strat class. I don't know, say a Chuck Fenda the living for this represents. Good over evil, me tell them see a life over death. I swear, said I will never switch. Keep the fire burning out. Holy Manuel I Selassie I Jah, blazing fire.